Okay, jumping right into it. We're gonna look at sports data. So I'm going from the beginning. I want to go from the beginning. And so when it comes to getting sports information or sports data, I'm going to go to sportsreference.com. And I'm interested in football. And this technique compared to the rest, if you're watching the other videos just for fun, this is web scraping. Okay. Well, web scraping, how this is different from using the APIs that we're going to the actual website, at least we're not going to, the software is going to go to the HTML and HTML aspect of the page and then grab that data. Just because I'm in a certain mood, let's go to Cleveland. No, Washington Commanders. That's where I'm. Oh, okay. Let's go with the Cleveland Browns. Okay. So what's interesting here is that we scroll down. Okay, we get some of these tables, and you know what? I'm actually not going to do it Cleveland Browns. I'm actually going to do it a different way. I'm going to go because I want to show you something in particular. That's not the right kind of football. Let me pause this. Okay, that was embarrassing. All right, so here we go to seasons. What I want is, let's say, for example, I want passing, rushing, receiving, defense. Again, you can use the same logic regardless of the sport. And so we're gonna go to let's go to passing. Not study Cleveland Browns. Let's study some passing. So much stuff on this page. So much stuff, But what we can do is avoid that stuff utilizing a certain function. But before I go show you the code, it's imperative that we see what the table looks like, and then for you just get the experience to know what the actual website, or at least what the HTML looks like. This is funky HTML, and what we're gonna get from this HTML, so there's a lot of stuff here, is this table. Okay, these are the table names. All this junk are, at least the functions, are going to get this information and plug it into a data frame. But still, it's let's just look at it. All right. So this is the small little vignette that shows us how to work with URLs in terms of extracting the HTML from the internet. So one of the fun things I didn't get to mention is that if you go here, you look at, it says within the URL is just the directory path to the website. The URL has years, and it also has, it has the year, and it also has a stat. So that's important to know, because if you want some other information, right, you can see that it says, yikes, you can see that third cup of coffee. You can see that it says rushing, for example, rushing 2023. Okay. So what I'm going to do is rushing in 2023. What I'm going to do is go back to R. Okay. And note that all I need are these different years as well as types of information that I want, and I can get this information. I'm going to go ahead and run this. Note little remembering, if I label this as setup, this is automatically going to run before I run my first line. Okay. So I'm going to then utilize this paste function. Depending on where you are in your R journey, you know what this paste function does. It actually glues our year and our type of info into the actual string. So when I run this now, this gives me my URL that I'm trying to gain access to. I don't know why it's 2019. That's how I feel. So that's the information. What I then do is read the web page, the entire web page. Okay. I read the entire HTML and I name it web page. Okay. So do that. Boom. Oh wow. Take your time. Web page. And when we look at it, it's actually not going to show you everything. If you know anything about HTML, they have the head, which is not important, but then the body has all the information. Okay? And so it's not going to show you all the text because that's way too much. And it stores it as a list. Okay? It has the head and the body. But at the same time, we don't even have to even worry about that, Yikes. It's not going to show me, is it? I'm curious. But not for the video. I do it on my own time. All right. So then here, what the actual HTML node function does, it looks for the tables that are within the actual web page. Okay, it looks for the table. It looks for elements. Right now we're specifying table, so therefore it extracts the table from the web page. Okay, so let's go ahead and run that. Yeah-oh. Let me fix that on a pause. I did it again. So that was a warning. I got anxious. My apologies. Whatever. And so that was a warning. That wasn't too much of an issue. But if an error does come up, it's not hard to figure out what the issue is. When it comes to running this, it extracts the tables from the actual web page, and then this next line turns the table into a data frame within R. So when I run this, I get table underscore data frame. And if you look through this, I'm not going to make this video long, but there's some issues because you have to clean the data. Okay, there's some issues. So you can imagine like this little asterisk is an issue. I'm going to argue, like, watch this. Instead of doing a view, I'm going to say str structure, and it's treating everything as a character. And you can imagine 60.7 is not a character. Another big thing to note here is that this column here, legitimately has a rank in it, because that's what happens when you use this functionality. They're bringing in the entire table, but this is treated as a row because they're not doing data science on this. Oh, come on, toast. They're not doing data science on it. So therefore they can do what they want. And it's mostly for readability, but whatever. That's besides the point. You can clean this up. Okay, so you're gonna have to clean this up. Okay. What else? Is that it? As you can imagine, you can change the sport. You can change the year. You can change the type of info, so on and so forth. So you have enough. I'm done with this video. Have a good day.